Hello everyone. My name is Wafa Alhaj and today I will be presenting my final project titled Balancing Data Security and Accessibility in AI Mobile Learning in Higher Education. Here's a quick overview of what we will be covering today. I will begin with a short introduction to the topic and outline the research questions guiding my project. Then I will go through the methodology and background on AI in education. After that, we will discuss some key ethical concerns and cybersecurity awareness issues that arise when using AI driven mobile learning tools. I will also review institutional ethics and policy considerations, followed by a case study focused on Mohawk College's emerging AI policy approach. Finally, I will share recommendation and conclude with some reflections on how we can balance innovation, data protection, and equitable access in higher education. Artificial intelligence is transforming the landscape of mobile learning in higher education. It allows for greater personalization, provides instant feedback, and gives students the flexibility to learn anytime and anywhere. These features make AI based tools very appealing for both learners and educators. However, the same technologies that make learning more convenient also raise serious concerns, especially around privacy, fairness, and data security. So, the main question guiding this project is how can institutions protect student data while keeping AI powered learning accessible and effective? That's the balance I aim to explore throughout this presentation. To guide this project, I focus on three key research questions. The first asks how can institutions balance data privacy and accessibility when using AI in mobile learning? This question gets to the heart of the project, the tension between innovation and protection. The second question looks at the user side. Do AI learning tools help students become more aware of cybersecurity risks, or do they actually make them less cautious? Finally, the third question asks what ethical principles should guide institutional policies when implementing AI tools? Together, these questions form the foundation of my research, looking at opportunities and the challenges that AI brings to higher education. For this project, I use a qualitative literature based approach because AI in mobile learning is still an emerging area. I focus on gathering diverse perspectives rather than collecting new data. I reviewed sources published between 2019 and 2025, including peer reviewed journal articles, policy reports, and case studies. Most of the sources were found through academic databases such as Google Scholar, and all of that helped ensure the material were both credible and up to date. AI has come a long way in education. It began with early computer assisted learning systems that provided basic programmed instruction, very structured and limited in scope. Over time, AI has evolved into modern adaptive systems that can personalize pacing and give targeted feedback based on how students learn. Today, we've seen a major shift toward mobile learning where students can access these AI enhanced tools anytime and anywhere through smartphones and tablets. This combination of mobility and intelligence has made learning more flexible and individualized than ever before. One of the most ethical issues in AI driven education is ethics. First, there are growing concerns about data collection and privacy risks. AI tools often gather large amount of personal and behavioral data, and not all systems are transparent how that information is stored or shared. Second, there is the problem of algorithmic bias. If the data used to train AI system lacks diversity, the outcomes can unintentionally reinforce inequality. Finally, these challenges show the importance of ethical frameworks, principles like duty, fairness, and autonomy. Institutions must ensure that AI technologies respect students' rights and maintain human oversight. When it comes to AI driven mobile learning, one major challenge is cybersecurity awareness among students. Many students use mobile apps that collect personal data without realizing the extent of the permissions they grant. These apps often have weak encryption, vague privacy policies, and hidden data sharing practices that leave students or users vulnerable. Because of this, it's important for institutions to take a proactive approach. One effective solution is to embed digital responsibilities and cybersecurity training into courses, not just in IT programs, but across all disciplines. By helping students understand how to manage permissions, recognize security risks, and protect their data, we build a culture of digital awareness across the campus. When it comes to managing AI in education, governance varies widely among institutions. Some universities have established ethics committees and clear guidelines, while others are still developing their frameworks. To ensure responsible use of AI, it's important to look at established models like GDPR, which emphasize data protection and informed consent, and EDU codes, which offers guidance for technology governance in education. Another key aspect is vendor transparency. Institutions should require AI vendors to clearly explain how data is collected, used, and stored. Equally important is providing training for faculty and staff so that everyone involved understands both the benefits and the ethical implication of AI tools. In short, ethical governance is not just about compliance, it's about creating a culture of accountability and trust. To make this discussion more concrete, I chose Mohawk College as a case example. In 2023, the college introduced Copilot as the AI learning tools. Through this process, the institution identified data privacy and transparency as key priorities. This led to several initiatives, including a cross department AI working group, vendor accountability measures, and digital literacy workshops across campus. One of the most important considerations when integrating AI into education is balance between innovation and equity. While AI has great potential to close learning gaps by offering personalized support and flexible learning opportunities, it can also widen those gaps if certain students lack access to reliable devices, strong internet, or digital literacy skills. To make AI truly inclusive, we need an accessible design, tools that accommodate students with different abilities, backgrounds, and learning preferences. Finally, technology should never exist in isolation. It must be aligned with pedagogy and institutional values, ensuring that innovation supports, not replaces, the human elements of teaching and learning. So, the challenge isn't just adapting AI, but doing so in a way that transparent and helping the education process. Here are several key recommendations. First, institutions should establish formal AI governance framework. Second, integrate cybersecurity and ethics into the curriculum. Third, demand transparency from vendors. Together, these steps can help institutions adopt AI in ways that are ethical, secure, and equitable. In conclusion, AI and mobile learning hold tremendous potential to transform higher education, but they also come with real risks. Without proper oversight, issues like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and inequity can easily overshadow the benefits. That's why ethical governance and institutional accountability are so essential. Also, the success of AI in education does not depend only on how advanced the technology becomes. It depends on the values and intentions guiding its use. If we can maintain the balance between innovation, ethics, and accessibility, AI will truly enhance learning in meaningful ways. Thank you all for your time and attention. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my work on balancing data security and accessibility in AI mobile learning. I would be happy to answer any questions or hear your thoughts about how institutions like Mohawk College can continue building ethical and inclusive AI practices. Thank you again.